John, thank you for joining us today. I understand that you're a ranch neighbor of John's out there, and y'all's meeting point was interesting. It was after a flood, and you'd had some issues with some of your fence line, and you brought John out to assess and fix. Tell us about that experience. What solutions were used to fix some of the problems after the flood?
Sure. Well, we have about 850 acres under high fence. It had been put in about a year before I met John by someone else. I didn't know about Tejas, unfortunately, at the time. I called John, and he was quick to come away from another project because he realizes the urgency of the situation.
Sure.
Our high fence had completely collapsed under the pressure of some heavy water.
Oh, wow.
He repaired the fence, put in a trash release system. We've not had a problem since. In doing that, we surveyed the entire fence and made some other adjustments to make the fence more secure and to keep those nasty predators out.
Sure.
And we've been working together ever since, and that was probably a little more than a year ago, and we've done a number of other interesting things since.
Yeah, one of the interesting things that John had mentioned off camera was what he likes to call his front pasture concept. And you guys have brought these exotics to your family,
yes, sir.
And for viewing pleasure and enjoyment. Tell us about coming up with that master plan, if you will.
Yeah. Well, in working together with John and discussing the possibilities, there's always something that can be done to improve the property and enjoy it more. And the way our property is set up, we have the house sits up on the high portion of the ranch, and there's two entrances. And we've low fenced that 100 acres immediately around the house. The concept being we could drive in and drive out and get to observe exotics that can be contained in a high fence. And we've got scimitar, oryx, black buck, a couple zebras, and a few other odds and ends that are visual eye candy, if you will,
How fun.
for me and my family, and everybody loves it.
Sure.
And it was a great, exchange with John, kind of saying the possibilities, what can be done. And, it's one of those things. Sometimes you do projects and you say, why did I do this? And other times you do projects and you say, why didn't I do this a long time ago? And this is one of those.
That's awesome. Well, speaking of John and Tejas, talk about the quality of craftsmanship, not only the products, the materials, but the service during the project, the creativity, and then after projects are over, being able to support and add additional value to you and your property for your family's enjoyment.
Yeah, so he's clearly a value-added relationship in terms of quality of work, which is the highest quality I've seen. The ability to stand behind it. We've had a couple issues, as you always do, and he was right there to make the necessary corrections. And what I like most about working with John and Tejas is to be able to bounce around ideas to how to do it differently, how to do it better.
Sure.
He clearly is not a guy that looks for doing it the most expensive way, but the important thing is we want to do it the right way.
Yeah.
Because as you know, doing it the right way the first time can prevent a lot of problems, especially when you want to contain some
Valuable animals
inside a fence. You want to do it right.
That's great. John, thank you for joining us today. Appreciate you coming by the booth.
My pleasure.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.